What changes have come out with Apple's new iOS 14.5 update? Hey everyone, Alex Moen here with today's BizTech tips. And on April 26, 2021, Apple released the long debated iOS 14.5 update. So if you're not familiar with the debate, it essentially comes down to Apple saying it was going to do something about app tracking on its platform as it kind of moves more and more towards the side of privacy. And Facebook in particular has become pretty vocal in opposing this, doing things like even taking out multiple full page ads in widely circulated newspapers and that sort of thing. So this also is coming at a time where privacy has been getting pushed pretty hard, especially on companies like Facebook and Google that have been under increased scrutiny because they're seen as not as transparent as some people would like them to be. So here's the thing. So iOS 14.5, it makes users opt in for tracking, and that tracking helps provide personalized recommendations. So it resets all app tracking from apps already installed and has you opt in for those when you next log in. And then, of course, for any new apps that you download, it'll have the same opt-in little pop-up come on before you do full access there. So that alone has kind of peeved Facebook a little bit. So mostly those that are against it, at least from what I've seen, seem to be those that their pockets are about to get a little bit lighter there, right? Again, Facebook's been openly campaigning against this for months. And they've been trying to get their users to preemptively opt in, threatening legal action and calling Apple, anti-competitive or saying they're hurting small businesses. The iOS update, just so you're clear, it still allows you to provide that data if you want those, personalized recommendations and ads and attention. It also doesn't stop you from getting ads. You just might get more generic ads or ads on things that aren't based around, your movement around the internet or other apps or websites with everything that's going on. So that's live now, and it is almost certainly going to have a big impact, for those people that are trying to run targeted ads, so like the marketers, and of course for, the bigger apps that are looking into using that as well, especially since the default is opt-in rather than opt-out. There are lots of studies just showing that, even how you kind of word it or think about it makes a big difference, because although it seems like a black and white issue, you're going to choose one side or the other. Studies show that, actually the majority of people tend to be somewhere in the gray, and it takes kind of active thought energy and to overcome whatever inertia from the default side there is. So it'll probably have a big impact. So this is called app tracking transparency, but there are other things that have come along with the iOS 14.5 update. A lot less controversial type stuff there. But users with Apple Watch, they can unlock their devices with just the watch now. Apple News has, a new search tab and some redesigns going on. AirTags was something that was recently released. If you're not familiar with AirTags, it's a physical little tag that you can put on real world items, and you can use your Apple devices to help find them. So you can attach it to a remote or to your car keys or whatever it is and not worry about losing them. So support was added for that. Also, there's some podcast app updates because if you use that, Apple's preparing actually to launch in the next month or so Apple Podcast subscriptions, and some minor updates to Siri, smoother flowing English and different voice options, and the ability to select a default music app there. And besides that, it's just pretty minor usability updates to Apple Music, reminders on your devices, PS5 and Xbox controller usage, AirPlay 2, and then just your usual bug fixes. So that's pretty much everything that went into it. Did I miss anything that you think is important? Let me know in the comments, or let me know where you stand on the Apple versus Facebook side of the app tracking transparency that's added there. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one.